Maurice always does this. And he presses record when we're all absent-minded. Then when you watch the first few seconds of the podcast, everyone is just scrambling to get back to starting position. We are starting, guys. We are starting. It is interesting. Moro, what's up? You are good. How was the weekend? I am by the polo. Yeah. Ralph Lauren. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. Welcome to yet another episode of the podcast. My name is Roy. I'm going to be your host for the evening. Podcast of the TalkTrack is an independent production of the Car Junkies. It's produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by Maurice, aka Moro, aka Pick the Mic. You want to say something? No, I saw your hand down here. What were you saying? Don't be shy.
We win when we want.
Train of thought has gone.
You see?
Train of thought has gone.
You said I wanted to say something.
Do not bring Manchester United's wars here. We are all Manchester United fans. We have suffered enough. Let's just wait for next weekend. Who do we have next weekend? That is who? We have Ipswich.
We win when we want.
It is okay. They will start Kobe Mainu and Carlos Baleba and Bruno Fernandes. That is okay. We are good. We are good there. Yeah. We're still saying it is produced and shot by Maurice, aka Moro, aka Ojikara Junkie and all those things. We upload 8 Bigabula Road, ladies and gentlemen, the Bar House, unofficial home of the Car Junkies. Special shout out to Mama Bar in the house. Mama Bar, what's up? As you can see, there was a memo that was sent that you're going to wear mustard or what color is that? Is that peach? Whatever. You're going to wear bright mustard and dark mustard. And they decided to sit with each other. Only thing that is missing is a jean jacket. A memo was gotten by none of us. How are you guys though? How are you doing? How was the weekend? Premier League is back. It means depression for 9 months. Depending on the team you support. Heartbreak. Yeah. Our mental health is going to be dictated by...
And heartbreak depends on when. Some people got heartbreak at the very end, but let us keep quiet.
Yeah, you know, shooting shots at Arsenal fans. Every team I'm supporting is currently not doing too well. Manchester United not doing too well. Inter Miami not doing too well.
Can I give you a solution? Can I give you a solution?
Yes.
Start playing the Fantasy Premier League.
No.
You won't suffer that much. Yes. Yes.
I'd rather support Manchester United than play the Fantasy Premier League. I did it once. I don't think I am cut out for that. No. You miss switching up your players once and your progress is derailed for the next 16 weeks. We can't live like that. We're happy people. Okay? But how are you guys? How have you guys been? Good, bad, so? I'm doing a sustainability survey here.
I'm okay. I'm fine.
Stop
jinxing my team. It's only one game. You're overreacting. You're overreacting.
When you're a fan, you overreact. That is the thing. When we win, we're on top of the world. When we lose, everything is wrong. But that's sports. You can win 16 games in a row, then you lose one, and you'll see how fans stand on a team. Team is the worst. Coach needs to go.
It reminds me. A certain group of people they are shouting, they are losing. They forget in the last Premier League we're the ones that shocked them first. On the unbeaten, we shocked them once. Then they all kept quiet for a full week. We were like, we are back. Then they first went back, then they became happy towards the end. Then they became unhappy again, to the glory of the world.
Then went for World Cup.
Let me keep quiet about World Cup. My colleague might end the talk track.
Yeah, and I do have a weapon of mass destruction right here. So just use it on you. Yeah, but anyway, speaking of overreacting and harsh judgments, let's talk about judgments. Let's talk about judgments. We've instantly judged Manchester United.
We say we don't judge.
Just a few minutes ago, I was talking about the same topic with my sister.
Judgment.
Yes.
And okay, that is good. But Rona, you didn't tell us how you are. Are you good, fine, so?
You people. I even broke a bone. I danced on Friday.
You broke a bone.
I'm not 20 anymore. What am I saying? You be there standing, you hear a crack.
Get an app. That will tell you that's enough.
So I was kugeza my capabilities.
Yeah.
Dancing, paka kumachawa, those things. But it was awesome as always. I had a lovely weekend. I couldn't go out for Saturday. I mean, we outdo ourselves and then that's it.
Yeah, you skip a day.
Yeah.
Every other day.
And I'm back today hoping that no one entices me
What do you mean? You are going to be
to
enticed.
continue the journey.
You're going to be enticed whether you want it or not. I know Mutawa is sad because Manchester United lost. Israel, you just joined us today. How are you doing, Israel?
I am good.
Yeah.
I'm also actually a very, I could say, tight diehard of United fan.
Uh-huh.
I started supporting it when I was 5 years, so you know the pain.
So,
So we are talking about judgment. This is simply what I can say. It doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how it will end.
no, we're Manchester United
So-
fans. That's what we do. Hate watch. Oh, yeah. Just because.
And actually, I have a belief this season is our season. And we are going to take it.
Hallelujah.
I believe it.
Hallelujah. Anyway, we're going to shock people. You wait. Yeah. Anyway, so interestingly so, and I think this works in our favor, considering that we started the conversation by making spot on judgments about a team that lost only one game. There are 38 games to go, but 37 now, but the team lost one. We are not caring about the 37 to go. We're focusing on that one, and we're making judgments based on that one, and we are predicting a future based on that one game. Just like now, Hull City might think they're going to win the Premier League. They don't know. We're coming back for them. Yeah, but and that brings us to our topic for the day. I'd like us to talk about judgment. So initially, I was thinking about it in the sense of people we instantly judge, or societies that we instantly judge. But I think we can take it a little bit broader, because I feel that will tie us down and might poke people in ways they're not supposed to be. Just pew, the ways they're not supposed to be. But we've often said we've heard that thing: we listen but we don't judge. Yeah, we listen but we don't judge. We listen but we don't judge. Right? Which brings me to my first question. It's something that I've thought about for quite a while, and I've always wanted to ask people this. When people say we listen but we don't judge, there is an implication that passing judgment is construed as a bad thing. Or yeah, that's why they say we listen but we don't judge. So is it necessarily, and Rowena, you can take us from there, because I know you're going to have a lot to say, but is judging people and judging situations, and especially situations that we may or may not have visibility on or knowledge about, is it necessarily a bad thing?
I think overall it's a bad thing, in all honesty. However, I'm going to say this, it's in human nature. Half the time, and we are not taught this. We are not taught to judge. Yes, there's laws that we use as basis, or rules, or social, what would call things that are socially accepted, that we can probably use, as basis of judgment. But I've always said this, and I even said this earlier to my sister when we were talking. I said, it's because by nature, it's a survival for the fittest. We may not be in a jungle anymore, but it's still a jungle. So by default, because those things you're doing are not the things I'm doing, so I'm going to judge you as per, because I'm not. It's like we keep saying, just because your sin is different from mine, I'm going to quickly judge you for your sin and forget that I have my sin. Okay, I'm using the word sin as easy to access or use as an example. But very often, if people do not walk the way you walk, and you've never found anyone who walks like that, you're going to say, but how can you walk like that? You know? Because for you, you're supposed to walk the way, the people are supposed to walk the way you walk. So, when someone, that is why you see we've had a lot of issues on discussions on what are we calling, you've had those conversations, what is classy and what is tacky? You know, what is etiquette and what is not, acceptable as, So, because someone came, someone saw, someone didn't understand, someone decided it is not working. You're supposed to look like me. You're supposed to talk like me. All of these things we're talking about, classism, racism, blah, 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 come from judgment. Because by human nature, the next person wants to be better than the next person. And also the next person wants to be better than the next person. It doesn't necessarily have to be unhealthy, but by default, you're going to quickly identify the speck in one's eye. Before you see the speck in, that is why all of us are good and bad in every story. At least at some point you're the good guy, at some point you're the bad guy. Because there's judgment based on from which angle you come. From my angle, I'm going to tell you my story. For me, I'm the one who has, I'm judging that this person, the next person said, it is like this. So I think for me, I'm saying it's bad, yes. But again, it is part of human nature because we are a competitive species.
Israel, you wanted to say something?
Actually, what I wanted to say about, I think what you said about human nature, we tend to judge because before you judge someone, you should know why that person is like that or why that situation has happened like that.
Yeah.
So, in the human nature, we rush. There's that rushness in us. We do not know the condition. We do not know the situation, but we want to come out with solution without knowing the problem. I might meet her for the first time, then the next day start saying, but that girl, yet actually I do not know why she's like that. I think. So judgment, like the way she has said in Matthew, it clearly says, before I start seeing what is in your eye, I should first remove what is in my eye. Simply in a layman's term, clean your house before you go to clean someone's house. Simple.
Yeah. Yes, Byron.
Yes, that is it.
We're going to come back to that. Byron. My house is dirty differently.
I want to first do this.
So I will see the eyes.
Yeah, so that I am clear. I want to talk about glass houses.
Ah, nice.
Yes. I think there's that saying in English that as you're throwing stones, make sure you don't live in a what?
In a glass house.
In a glass house. People who live in glass houses should not throw
stones.
I believe that judgment is, like you said, I think it's part of human nature, whether we want it or not. It's innate. Okay? The problem comes in whereby you judge where your judgment is not needed. There are some people who always look out for, is Roy doing the right thing? Even if it's not benefiting them at any point. It's benefiting Roy at that point. If I live in a glass house and I'm throwing judgment at Roy, most of the time, by the way, people can dish it out,
But
they cannot take it. Most of the time. When it comes to their turn to take it, it turns out that they are very, very, can I say it? They are very aggressive towards the criticism. And I think in hindsight, I like to add to ask people. I would like to ask people here, before you get into that space of Roy is doing this, is he doing it right? First, understand the context within which Roy is deciding to do what he's doing. Okay? According to Roy, when he's, let's say, 19, 20, he could have met the love of his life and he wants to have kids with her so that he can lock her down. Because according to him, this makes a lot of sense. You get that? But then, according to you, who is maybe 30, 35, who made mistakes at that age of Roy, who had not met the love of his life at that point, you're like, Roy, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? But there's nothing stopping from Roy living with that woman for the next 30 years. Because she's the one, according to him. Now, I would like to believe that do not judge, lest ye be judged. If you're not ready to be judged, try not to throw around judgment. Because in the end, it will come back to you. And there are some people who normally always say that when it's not your turn, it's all fun and games until it is your turn to be judged. So, glass houses, all of us live in one, because there is no one that I know, whether I know you very well or I don't, who has no skeletons in the closet. There is a show I like to watch called House MD, where someone says, everybody lies. Everybody lies. So, glass houses, as we move along with judgment, try not to judge people. Life is hard for everyone.
Zahara, then Godwin, you're uncharacteristically quiet. You have points. Okay, let Zahara first speak.
I think don't judge him, but yeah. Yeah, but I think let's look at it in two perspectives, either in favor or not. Like you can judge someone maybe in favor. So depending on the situation and the scenario in which you are judging the particular person, then I think it's either a good thing or a bad thing, according to me. But let's not generalize that judgment is something that is not good. Because since we live in same community, that means that there are some morals which are accepted. And if we are to base onto that for the betterment of us, then you have to judge accordingly. That's what I think.
Yeah, this time I be judged for not speaking. So, first of all, as she said, as we have all agreed, there's positive and there's negative judgment. But that is also according to who is receiving and who is taking. Whether we like it or not, from the point you entered this world, you will be judged. We even judge a newborn baby. I know that the same place you see in medical practice. If you give birth to a baby and the baby fails to cry when they've just come out, that's a judgment already. Are they alive? Are they not alive? There's some point which actually came to my mind. We all judge according to our different biases. Because everyone is biased. There's no such thing as I'm a neutral party. By the way, that is just literal. I'm a neutral party. No, you can never be neutral. There's no such thing. There's always a certain side you're attending to. Okay, it may not be so much. That's why sometimes it's an impartial person, but the dictates of, we all judge according to our biases, of where you grew up from, what you have seen. As my brother said, you are judging someone for getting married early because for you at that time you were having fun. But if you could also turn back the clock, you'd, I think twice about what you are doing at that time, and you'd probably decide to also, because hey, that's why, and cut us of our biases, because sometimes I think, let me bring that point of the biases are usually built upon so much of what we go through. That's why people judge according to their traumas. Some are more extreme than others. That's why, okay, even those who judge, you also have to give them some bit of leeway, because some guys have suffered a lot more than others in their heads. Not that even us have suffered, but some guys have taken it to higher notch. So, yeah. But that's the unfortunate bit about it. Some of us are freestylers. I can look at a thing, it hurts me today, tomorrow I'll be smiling with you. Then others will first keep it for a few months. Then you ask, and you'll still judge me for it. And after, but yes, we shall laugh. We shall come, we laugh about it. Take a cup of shots of water and smile. But, yeah, stop judging. So, but the one thing about judgment is courtesy of our biases. Either we are very defensive or very acceptive of certain things. And the more, okay, some guys are also extreme in judgment. So that's why you find a person who is judging everything. You judge every single thing, like every single point. Like you cannot, can you imagine someone can even judge you for just walking past them? Without looking. They don't even know. Because the guys have guys have their issues. I might have not even seen you when my mind is across the bridge. I see you on Gabula. But so I suppose even as we judge or we are being judged, I suppose we should give guys their break. Let everyone do as they wish, and God for us all.
And then see, sometimes it's based. Judgment is based on misinformation or lack thereof. And if you notice that half the time the people who have got their thing together. Not that I was going to say the S word, but I don't know. Yes, people who have got their shit together will hardly have the time to throw stones. Clearly, you have too much time. But you come. It seems you have a lot of chaos going. You're avoiding your own chaos. Quite often, people who are dealing with their own problems are the ones who are overlooking your neighbor's compound. Because why?
Actually, speaking of which, when you're occupied, you don't have much time. So today I was around town, yeah. So of course we're waiting on somebody on the street, and we didn't have much to do, like for 10 minutes. So this lady comes. This lady comes and stands in the middle of the road. So I think a lot was going through her, or she was going through a lot. So we looked, So we looked on, and then you're like, like, what's up with her? Why is she the middle? Because literally she's only like for about 2 minutes without deciding where to go, and she's stuck, not doing anything. So eventually she decides one direction, and then she starts walking. So the fact that I was idle at the time, then I had to notice even the simplest things around. Yeah, and I judged. But
I would like to also chime in with I think we are going to get to this point here today, but then I want us to also accept that we have an influence that comes from other parts of society. I would like to bring in the issue of the ultimate judge, who we all consider to be the ultimate judge. And some people, as a defensive mechanism, they will always tell you, Rowena, leave judgment to God. Leave me. God will judge me. People have that statement. God will judge me. But the challenge is this. I want us to put all of us to think about this issue very, very critically, whereby as everyone is judging, because we are all in our different religions, whether you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, we're all brought up to think that we have the ultimate judge. And that judge, one day we are going to face him, and then he will decide on whether Roy comes with Rowena into heaven or Roy stays and then Rowena passes. Now, the beauty about this judge, because I believe in this judge, the ultimate judge, although reservations are there, of course, with all logic put into place. I don't like people who glorify, this thing of faith without,
Faith without reason.
Yes. I don't believe in that. I want there to be a reason why I believe in certain things. When God, who we all believe in, is giving judgment, I'm very sure, because this is going to crack you up, I believe that one day, when we die, we're going to sit there and he is going to play the movie of our life. Then you're going to just be the two of you. Then you'll want to tell him, skip that part. That part, why are you playing that part?
You already saw it.
Yes, then there is this one part that I always want. I want to give people, other people, a chance to speak. But then I want us to pick this one. Think of this one thing. We are all created in God's image, right? So if you mess up Roy, it's kind of his fault. Have you ever thought about that? Kind of. Because this is his mess up. He created you. Everything that you are is him. And remember, in church we say, I am him in his image and everything. I don't want to be very blasphemous, okay? Because it would rub people the wrong way. But in the end, okay? Whatever you're doing, whatever you are going to say, whatever you are going to think, okay? I would like to think he has some role in it. So if you're going to judge me, especially now people who are in relationships, people who are friends with others, Zahara, if you're going to judge me, you know me, okay? You know what I'm capable of. I'm not saying now you're good, but we are friends, okay? If I'm going to do something, at some point in time, you should expect it if you know me. You see that? If you judge me, if you are with Israel, and you say, I didn't expect Byron to do that. Israel should judge our friendship. How did you not know that he would do that if you're his friend? I rest my case.
All right.
I don't.
Yeah, but then
For free will. So
then I have a follow-up question. I have a couple of follow-up questions.
But also, I think when you put it that way, I agree. Some of us even think we are the ultimate judge.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, people are walking out there like the ones who set the rules when they were born. They came to form order.
And that brings me. That actually.
But which is okay. Sometimes I also want to say that I think to a certain extent, judgment creates organized chaos. Because even if you judge, nothing is changing. Human beings are human beings. They're going to do some weird shit, man.
And
unless they'll do it in an organized manner.
But that brings me to my next question. I like that all of you guys have sort of hinted on it, where judgment can fall in one of two categories. It can be positive, it can be negative, right? But, and I'd like us to think deeply about this, is there a difference between passing judgment and offering criticism? Because there is positive and negative criticism. That's like there is positive and negative judgment. But is there a difference between Roy is being judgmental versus oh fuck, Roy is being critical? Is there a difference?
Actually, I just wanted to say this simple. Like to pass on what she said about the ultimate judge. Matthew 7 verse 1 to 2 stated clearly. The ultimate judge is one. And we are not supposed to. Actually, what we don't need to confuse. We should confuse rebuking and judging. We need to separate those two.
That's right. By the time you're rebuking, you've judged.
No.
Because you see, you can't rebuke
Okay,
without judgment.
Let me give you an example.
Basically, you're Saza Kagundi.
Let me give you an example. If I get Zahara, sorry to say this, I know you, you're mentally stable, and I find you in the morning walking like completely naked on the street, and I'd be like, my sister, that is wrong. I've rebuked you. I've not what? I will still rebuke you. Yeah. Yes, that's rebuking her. I'm not judging her. But now if I go and come to you and be like, you know what? I found our sister on the street, she's naked. Besides you start gossiping, we are going to come into judgment. Then you start saying, I think she's running mad. Before even knowing what she's going through, are you saying? We need to first know the situation. Then we are not even supposed to judge.
I like. We're going to come back to rebuking and judgment, but Kia had something. The moment I said difference between being critical and passing, she was like, "Give me the mic."
All I wanted to say, I don't know if there's a difference, but to me, I think, as he said, if you know me and you expected that from me, why are you judging? But I think it also depends on the receiver, you as the receiver of that criticism or judge, whatever. It's you now to draw the line. Are they critiquing me or they're judging me? But as we said, sometimes we are very defensive. You get it? You're very defensive. And then if Rowena tells me something like, oh, you shouldn't have talked to that person like that, and I'm like, don't judge me. Like, accept me the way I am. Like, accept me the way I am. So it's the receiver. Me, I think it's the receiver that draws the line.
No, but now regarding that, me, I think that, you even if I'm your friend, or we are twin sisters and brothers or whatever, I can never know you 100% because as you grow, we adapt to different characters and behaviors and everything.
And people can be compulsive.
So now, if you did something, of course, me as your friend, I'll judge you first. Me, I'll judge. No. Yeah, critique is something aggressive, like something. But I think judging, I'll judge you, and then that's what gives me like a stand on on how to address it. Either tell you about it or gossip about it. But I'll judge you according to what you've done.
Yes, so no. I agree with her. Roy, 90% of the time, in fact, the word critiquing is the fancier, less aggressive version of judgment. Because to critique is to judge. You're placing judgment on something and how it goes. Yes? So, and I think half the time, even when you want to use the word critique, 90% of the time, I have already judged you by the time I come to give you positive criticism. So, I think there's like she said, it comes from, I think I would want to draw the line from what place are you coming from? Where are you coming from with this conversation? That's the only difference, I think, for me with criticism and judgment. Where am I coming from? How am I judging the situation to engage you on the matter? Okay? It's still judgment, but where am I coming from? From what place am I coming? Am I coming from a good place or from a place of mockery, but in disguise of criticism? Half of the world, or more than half of the world, as human beings, we like to use the word criticism because we don't want to accept that what we're doing is actually judgment.
And they add the word constructive to bias you.
Thank you.
So that they can force you to listen.
Yes. But remember when I said, my truth may not be your truth. Okay? There are standards. There are given standards that don't even need the 10 Commandments. But you'll find a human being a human being that actually has a weakness, okay? But there are general standards that for me I will respect and say you don't even need to be taught or told. By nature, you will know katika nokenkoze. Even a child who has that, before they know that the kid will respond or react a certain way.
All
so
right.
I think it comes from also, even in my positive criticism, it's coming from probably a good place, where I'm coming from, a good place. But my truth is not your truth.
Yeah. So I just looked up the difference between judgment and criticism. So they say judgment is a final internal decision about someone's worth or character, often labeling them as good or bad. Criticism is expressed analysis of specific actions or work, which can point out flaws or offer a path of improvement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now that is what I was going to. Criticism is supposed to be objective.
Yeah.
Judgment is subjective. What is right to Roy, he judges. Okay? What he thinks is good is objective. You see that? Now, according to society, there are certain rules. Murder is wrong. Okay? But murder is wrong. Murder is wrong. Kia, murder is wrong.
To
Murder
you.
is wrong.
To you.
Objectively, murder is wrong. Subjectively, murdering a serial killer is right. Subjectively,
Murdering a
a
head.
rapist.
Yeah, you
Yes.
murderers.
I wanted to make that distinction very clear before we move forward, whereby there is objectivity and subjectivity, whereby criticism is supposed to be objective, whereby I tell Roy that beating his wife is wrong, whether he's the king or he's a pauper. You being mean to someone who you supposedly love is wrong. It is not subjective. Yes, that is criticism. Subjective judgment is this, okay? This woman has thrown a glass at my head, okay? If I slap her, okay, I am going to judge you and I say, that was wrong. But Olivia is going to come and say, but you threw a glass at his head. What did you expect him to do? He slapped her, okay? To me, it is right because she needs to get her head straight. You don't throw glasses at people's heads. That is subjective. Why? My opinion and Olivia's opinion may be different. But what is right in black and white, objectively, should be critiqued. That is criticism. Okay? But judgment is purely and purely subjective. I want you to make that point.
Okay. And I agree with what he's saying. There is something that I want to talk about we are not talking about, I think, or maybe I came in late, is where does expression of feelings come from? Like, enter this conversation. Because I'm hearing a lot of, I would say, criticism. If you criticize me, that is bad. There's no way it is nice. And it's the same as judging, in my opinion. So, whereas expression of feelings is, I'll go back to his example. Zahara is dresses up modestly. Now, this morning, Zahara is in a bikini going to school. So, him as a friend that sees Zahara in a bikini, he talks about rebuking and Zahara, that is wrong. It is so wrong. Like, you know, first of all, you don't know why Zahara is in a bikini at going to her daughter's school. Like, so she's exploring. If you say Zahara wearing a bikini is wrong, you know, that is where our Christian brothers, I am a Christian, but I'm always offended by what I find in church much of the time. And today we are at an era where people are saying church is the most judgmental place that's among all of them. Why? People cover the word judgment with rebuking, with concern, they use a lot of terms to cover the actual thing they are doing. Because the fact that I'm saying, Zahara, you are bad. I am not nice. I have already judged you. Now, there is a difference when I say, Zahara, I'm used to you dressing up in a certain way. Like, what is going on today? Then, no. I am trying to express
That is expression.
what is going on in my mind. Now that is not attacking Zahara. Zahara is not going to be like, Olivia, how dare you? Like, I am not attacking her. And that is why someone mentioned when people are sometimes told something, they just take offense. How are you telling me? Because I am going to protect myself, you are attacking me. So, expression of emotions or our feelings to the people that we think are not in alignment with what our expectations are is the better word. Then I also wanted to pull out the fact that we sometimes find, I hate judgment. And we all say we hate it. But there is situations where it is unavoidable. We are all judges. Judges.
You are the judge alone. Yes, you judge alone.
And to that effect, I wanted to give us a scenario, and I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm friends with Godwin. Like I know Godwin, but Godwin, I express my emotions to Godwin. She mentioned something like a person doesn't listen at all. Like I tell Godwin, I talk to Godwin, but Godwin doesn't check. Godwin does that, and without any remorse or something, Godwin is Godwin, and I'm going to wake up and say, Godwin is husband snatcher, wife snatcher. Why? Why? Godwin is my friend, but I'm like, Godwin, you were just with Kia. She belongs to Roy. It doesn't listen. I'm like, but Godwin, Lady moves to Rowena.
Yes.
But Godwin, And before you know it, we are going to start saying that guy. There is a term. We have a womanizer or something.
Let me
It's not
get you on that one.
judgment.
There is Casanova, there is Don Juan. Then there is Gigolo. Which one do you mean?
Gigolo sounds better.
No, but in simple terms, there is one that we are universally acclaimed with. Ho.
Now, I want
Yes.
I want to say something,
Manho.
Olivia. In this response, I'm going to say this. You see, Olivia, Godwin might be a woman snatcher. For you, you might be a money thief. Oshagera, the next person, you see, when I told you that our sins are different.
The houses are dirty differently.
My house is dirty differently from your house. So every time we pass judgment, that's what we talked about the glass house. That even you, we all have flaws. So before you actually work on yourself, and that's why I told you, quite often we are very intent on focusing on the next person because we don't want to deal with our own.
I was going to ask about that after we talked about the difference between judgment and criticism, which has brought up a lot. But final question for the night, and you can continue from there.
Yeah.
We have agreed that judgment can be both good and bad, right? We have agreed also that there's a difference between judgment and criticism, but they could be intertwined at some
I
point.
feel like it's a thin
Yeah,
line.
yeah, it's a very thin line, right? It's like being a hero and being a villain. It's just change one principle, and Iron Man becomes Doctor Doom. Just one principle. Yeah. Now, the final one is, and this is something that has come up a lot when people say, oh, that person is judgmental, that person is critical. Every single time, and I would like to know if we agree with this or disagree with this, and maybe we can also highlight, because we are running out of time, highlight on it a little bit more. But is judgment often a depiction of the things that we are too afraid to face by ourselves? So
Yes.
we put that on other people.
Yes. In fact,
Uh-huh.
before you even finished, yes. Half the time, I am going to want to place my own fears, my own monsters, yeah, onto someone else. Let me focus on your monster so that mine can lie for a little while, so that I don't have to face my own monsters, right? And this is the thing. Even criticism for me is still judgment, because I'm coming from a place of my understanding of what you should be doing. You get? Yes, I understand that for you should do this. For you, you're saying, who told you? God doing in Agamba and Zakati okay. You know? Let's take it. So at the end of the day, it's because my truth, and I've said this I think a couple of times, my truth is not guaranteed that it is your truth just because my truth is this way. You get? People have reasons they do things. Or centuries and centuries over time, that's why people had to write laws down to remind people. But I think quite often when we don't want to face our own monsters, we turn to the neighbor. Omukazi leero ndooza gasiwulira tebamukubye, you know. Yet for you in your home, yes, you've not talked to your partner ever since they took you from the church you married, they went back, you sat. Buli omu asula mu buliri bwe naye oli kulingiza neighbor nga leero aguze ettooke. Omukazi leero agenda kulyako ku ttooke. Gwe teboogedde naawe. Thank you. So I think quite often we are running away from our own monsters, so we focus on other people's, even without even knowing how big that monster is for the next person.
Okay, actually, what she has said and the question you asked, we tend to run away from our monster. I'm going to use this example, like our brothers who support Arsenal. Seriously, you see, they tend to run away from the pain they are having, and they want, yes, and they want to put it on us as Man U. I think. So it's the same with us human being. Like the same way she has said, for those that are renting, for those that have neighbors, we tend to look into people's problems, forgetting what we have inside our own houses. You see? If the other one has taken long without eating chicken, how long have you taken without eating chicken? The day you cook chicken, then say, Reda fumbi and koko. You see, they keep asking questions. We tend always to shy away from our giants and want to quench the giant from someone that we can, and that is Arsenal. They want to quench the giant in Man U, but they will never. So, sorry, Olivia.
Also, let me in relation to that, I would like to bring it to human relationships, not mainly dating, even the parents, everything. I would like to think that judgment comes from the English put it right. Misery loves company. If Rowena is miserable in her situation, her context, she's going to find out whether Roy is in the same situation. And if he's in the same situation, he must be like me. If he's handling it differently, he's not doing it right. He should remain like me. Exactly. Now, the problem with our society, and I would like to try as much as possible to implore people, okay? When you're going through a bad situation, you are down on your luck in life. Try not to recruit, okay? Try your best, because it's very tempting. Because if Zahara, let's say Man U lost, and I found Zahara and Liverpool did not win today, she's going to be my friend. Then we will trash Arsenal and Man City who won.
It is what it is.
They did not do this, they did not do this. But the human mind works in a very, very predictable kind of way, whereby if we do not change it, we're going to remain the society that we are now, yet we should be trying to be better. Whereby if Zahara is going through a situation, she should try to, maybe if she realizes that Roy is on the brink of going through the same thing, she should cast her mind back and say, you know what, I did not enjoy that time. I should not allow Roy to go through that. Instead of saying, let him, his turn has come. He should also come. You see that? Now, the other thing, why I wanted to bring this to relationships is that if Godwin, okay, is having a good marriage, okay, there are some people who have that thing in them. You post your wife, you're going on a trip with her, it's just the two of you.
Then it will end in tears.
Thank you very much. Why? And I feel sorry for socialites, because there are these people who make money online, okay? Their life is out there for everyone, okay? And they're making a buck off of it. But us who are languishing in poverty because we could not expose or take this opportunity with social media and everything, we feel bad. Say, hey, that girl is a hoe, she's a prostitute. You don't even know her, okay? You don't know her. And those are the ones, these days they call them social media in-laws. The in-laws. You don't know me. You don't know my hustle. Okay? But all of a sudden, according to you, I'm a prostitute. Okay? I am stealing money because I'm driving a good car. You don't know where my income is coming from. But just because I am better than you, yet I have no qualifications, or the qualifications I have are not equal to yours, I am all of a sudden a thief. I am supposed to be a prostitute. And that is where I ask, it costs nothing. If you cannot be happy for someone, I think it is in one of Eminem's songs. The mom told him, if you have nothing nice to say, they don't say nothing. Yes. Let people live their life. You saying Godwin is pretending. It's not going to help Godwin. It's not going to help you. Let him pretend. As long as it serves him. Okay? And in the end, I have a friend of mine, shout out to Hassan. I have a friend of mine who put a post today. And he said, at the end of the day, when they are burying you and people are taking all your, he said shit, but stuff, no one is going to care about where you're going to end up, Roy. And in the end, what matters will be the moments you spend on earth that are memorable. If I am a memory to Zahara, and I'm a good one to Godwin, Olivia, Roy, then I'll have lived my life. Whether Israel thinks it is the right way or Roy thinks it's the wrong way. So as we judge, just know, even the president is judged. Even the king of England, King Solomon, was judged. Even Jesus. And actually, Jesus advised us not to judge. But when we go to the religious aspect, he says, but as parents, let me finish with this because I don't want to come back after this. As parents, okay, let us try to teach our children. Okay? Teach our children. Not to mind their own business, because if I'm your friend, Moro, okay, you are my business. Okay? But let us teach our children to respect people's decisions. If Moro is living a certain way, he's still my friend. Okay? He may not live his life the way I think he should. Okay? But that doesn't stop him from being my friend, my affiliate, my colleague. If Rowena decides that she's going to sleep with 6 men, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yes. If she decides, okay? I am not a judge.
Don't judge Rowena. Don't
Okay?
judge
I
Rowena.
am not going to be in a position whereby, Godwin, I am not going to be in a position whereby, okay, she may be dealing with a sex addiction. And for me, I'm thinking she wants money from these men.
We go to UK.
I rest my case. Parents, moral of the story, moral of this whole, I've done a monologue.
Hey.
Yes. Moral of this whole monologue.
Al Pacino.
Parents, teach your children, okay, to be okay with the decisions of their colleagues, their friends, okay? That will also make the other people be okay with their own decisions.
All right, so Godwin, 2 minutes. Olivia, 2 minutes, and we go and celebrate Manchester United.
Aha. For I shall not judge. Team viewers. Aha. Okay, but the take from this, I love how she was like summing it. Both of them summed it up. It's like, let us adopt the culture of letting people be. Like, yes, there is a challenge of if the person is in your space, you can remove yourself from that space and then give people an opportunity to learn and explore life on their own. If you really have something to say, I go again, try to express how you, if it is, and they have to be really close to you, So, I think I wanted to do that, to say that, and for churches, people in church, I wanted to mention 2 people in this TalkTrack. It might not come back. People in church, please stop doing the God of God is the only judge. You are not supposed to judge members that are falling short in different areas of their lives. So if you think they're getting off the script, the only way you can help is love them unconditionally. And just like they tell parents, love your child unconditionally, because that's how, when we loved, we learn and we grow. We come to understand what you want us to know. Judgment has never helped anyone grow. So we run away. So lastly, experts, missionaries, experts, that's the whole thing, that come here in Uganda, and you want to change our culture, and you call us naive, you call us backward, you call us, because we are eating using our hands. And then after you now hear on social media that eating with hands is healthy, now you adopt it. Like, please come here, embrace who we are, and stop judging us.
Okay. From the Bible, it usually says, with the same measure you judge others, so shall be judged unto you. That is biblical. So usually what we get is, the more you judge others, within your head space, you are literally judging yourself more, because you're trying to say, I am so great a person that the one who began the good work is not really doing a good job in me. So usually, of course, I might differ a bit from the point of let people be. You can let them be in their world, and as what we say, we just pull out, because sometimes you might try to speak your mind, but in case they're not receiving expressions, But in closure, we can say we're all a work in progress. Yes, we're all a work in progress. No one is really perfect. But nonetheless, despite we are work in progress, we have some minor. There are those things where people, let us not say that I am the judge of myself. Some things are off. Let us accept that some things, you might say my truth is my truth, but your truth is your truth. But man, you're among guys, and we are we are now starting to judge like the majority. Okay, that bit whereby there are times when we say the minority is judging you, but bit whereby the majority is like, but you're out of your mind. Like at that point in time, we're accepting your truth is your truth, but sister, brother, you have gone out. So yeah, let's let Paul be there.
Me, I was just going to say being the judger is a very bad position to be. Because as you're busy judging and you're wasting time, people are getting better. You'll judge. It's a form of self-hate, and people who hate themselves are the worst people to be around because they'll try to bring you down with them. Yeah.
However, if you come at me directly, I judge you as per directly at me.
Say the last thing.
The last thing, the last thing I want to say this, Rowena, let us try to make sure that we don't judge people for things we know nothing about.
Can I say something? Peace out. Bye.